In the body, connective tissues bind structures together, form a framework and support for organs in the body as a whole. Every closed system has connective tissue, the human body, the biosphere, and the open marketplace alike.
The Connective Tissue Podcast is an attempt to connect the philosophies, experts, and opinions that comprehensively encompass the 5 compounding F's of life: fact, finance, fitness, family, and freedom. Together, we represent the connective tissues of life.
Our intention is for you to use the information provided to contrast against your own walk of life to maximize every avenue of success, peace, and prosperity. No matter how you view it, movement is life. Remember, it's not like magic, it is magic. Eternally rhetorical, how do you move? I'm your co-host, Ep.5.
And I'm your co-host, Garrett G. Mezzanato.
And together,
we are the Connective Tissue Podcast.
Welcome back, G.
Welcome back, P.
I'm your co-host, Ep.5.
And your co-host, Garrett G. Mezzanato.
I've never asked you. Does it bother you that I call you G?
No.
Oh, okay.
I call you so many different things.
Yeah. I mean, you said P. A lot of people, P Crow was the thing coming up. So I didn't know if it was, it stood out. But welcome back, man. How you feeling?
Likewise, I'm good, brother. How are you?
I am doing pretty well, actually. Thank you for the listeners and the viewership. Today, we're going to talk about developing a relationship with pain. Now, pain can be something that we look at just as a localized sensation, right? But oftentimes I can definitely tell you in my life that I have used pain, whether it be for benefit or not. I've used pain to create progression, or at least to create something, right? Do you have any stories, testimonies that can speak to your utilization of pain, or at least your experience with pain?
Yeah, I mean, several throughout our lives. I mean, you're going to be 30 this year, and I'll be 30 in a couple months as well.
Yeah.
They say pain is weakness leaving the body, right?
Leaving the body. I think that's is that an army thing?
I really don't know, probably some Jocko Willing type of thing.
Could be. Shout out Jocko. I've actually trained at his gym several times. But I think that's attributed to some branch of the military. Pain is weakness leaving the body. And he's a Marine?
I think he was a Marine, correct. Yeah. Pain, weakness leaving the body. I don't think that's the case. I think pain is more of a wake-up call.
Okay.
I think pain is telling our body something's wrong, something's up.
An alert system.
Yes, it's literally a fire alarm of the body, in my opinion.
Clinically, it is definitely defined as an alert system. Pain at the base is sensation, and it is making you aware to something, some type of change or shift in the homeostatic balance.
Yeah, and I've had several injuries in the past. They started as ankle sprains and things like that in sports. Man, I couldn't count how many ankle sprains I've had in my life.
Same.
Most of the time happening in football, but happened in basketball as well, coming down for a rebound, laying on the side of your foot. You're out for a game or so. It's not fun.
I know you played several sports. I'm sorry to kind of sidetrack, but I know you mostly as this BA quarterback. But you're a big basketball player too?
Played basketball, played baseball, played soccer. And I know you were a beast at other sports more other than football as well, and now you're currently a fighter.
I am, bro.
So
yeah.
What can fighting tell you? Because I know fighting's got to be the most painful sport there is. I know football hurts, you get tackled, but you have pads, you can get up. Baseball, I mean, I've been beaten by 90-mile-an-hour fastballs in the arm, the leg. I used to take pitches. I got kicked out of a game for taking a pitch one time in 9th grade. Weird. I leaned into it. Guy wasn't throwing that hard, obviously. Yeah. And then I beamed him on accident the next inning.
Yeah.
Didn't really make sense, but I got kicked out for that.
Okay.
Because it's a retaliation.
Baseball was actually my number one sport before football.
Baseball was my number one sport. I was better at it. I liked it,
Same.
but I liked playing football more, and I think I had more of an opportunity to go pro in football and get a scholarship and go pro.
Similar with me, I was a prodigy at baseball. All my brothers were, to be honest. But where I was in Hoover, Alabama, Hoover High School football was as big as you just considered Hoover like the number 4 college in the area. You got the University of Alabama, Auburn University, Troy University, and then there's Hoover. It's like that. They even called Hoover U. So by the time I got introduced to that environment, it was a way to make it out. But fighting, I use pain and fighting as a litmus. So I'll give you a good example, good story. Last episode, I think I was trying to say crew. I was the guy who got me into Muay Thai. That is like the most respectful term of like a master in the sport. So my crew, Marcus Morshigi, he introduced me and the rest of the guys to another gym, Pacific Roots Muay Thai, where the crew is Sean. I'm blanking on Sean's last name right now, but great guy. I mean, you wouldn't want to try him, but super humble. But anywho, I was in there training with them with their competitive class for the first time, and I had shin guards on and everything, just like everyone else. And I went to kick someone in the leg, and they went to kick back. We clashed shins, and I blew my shin out. And that pain lasted for about 2.5 to 3 weeks. But what I found out about that pain was I was conditioning my legs. And this didn't come from anyone telling me this. I understood it through the different phases of wound healing that I was able to take more on. What happened was the pain was awareness. It was a hyper awareness to some sort of weakness or structural lack of integrity within my anterior tibialis, that entire anterior tibialis compartment. And as I was walking day to day, where it started off as being super painful, I gained more awareness of the muscles there.
Of the anterior tibialis.
Of the anterior tibialis, and I was able to contract them stronger, harder. And going forward, when I started delivering kicks, I was actually able to create this tension in that muscle group, and I inflicted damage. And now one of my biggest weapons when it comes to mixed martial arts and Muay Thai is my ability to kick. I mean, my shins, I'd take someone off their feet, one kick. No jokes. It's like that.
Okay, so you use the pain as a way to develop more awareness and muscle recruitment to have a stronger, better, more damaging kick.
Yep.
I like it. It. I think I did the same thing or something at least very similar when I tore my LCL and my meniscus in my right knee. So when I was 17, senior year quarterback, I was an all-Empire quarterback 1 year, my senior year.
Yeah.
Other than that, I never made all-Empire in football. In baseball, it was all-Empire as a sophomore, as a junior, and then I didn't get to play my senior year due to the injury.
Yeah.
Basketball wasn't as good, never made it. Okay. Soccer, neither. So I tore my LCL, career-ending injury. That's why I didn't play college ball. That's why I feel like I didn't obviously make it to the next level. I had the opportunity to go to a junior college, and I decided not to play. I decided to start my career. I truly believe things happen for a reason. But what that pain did is it gave me motivation, and it made me want to become, first I wanted to become an orthopedic surgeon because I liked my surgeon so much. But then I didn't like him, thought he wasn't such a good guy because he said, look, you're never going to be able to run. Again, you're never going to be able to squat. Yeah. You're never going to be able to deadlift, quad extension, sprint, jump, cut, none of that stuff.
And now you got bigger legs than any guy I know.
My legs are stronger, especially this one, because I became hyper aware. He told me I shouldn't work out for years. I actually started working out 6 months after. I know NFL athletes, pro athletes are playing within 6 months, running, cutting, training again. So I was like,
which they also have a certain allotment of, how do I say this?
They have readily accessible practitioners at their disposal.
Not just practitioners, but they're allowed levels of hormonal treatments to promote the recovery of injury. There's a safe range.
Okay.
Yeah, and baseball is one of the greatest ranges. No, actually, NBA has the largest range of usage of hormone therapy.
Well, I guess because they're not really using it to inflict damage.
For sure, no, it's the greatest thing for recovery, but they have the greatest ranges to promote healing and recovery.
So the revascularization of the ligaments and tendons and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Helps with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
You learn something every day.
Yeah, they can use a lot of stuff.
So so what I did, I utilized that injury to redevelop my quads, redevelop my calf, my anterior tibialis, my hamstrings, my glutes even, and I use it as motivation to become something and someone. Because I thought always, growing up, I thought I was going to make it to the league. I swear to God.
So you shifted now from physiological pain to mental.
Mental pain and motivation, I guess, yeah. Because it led to depression.
Yeah.
So a lot of people that know me now probably, I don't talk about it too often because it's not something I'm proud of, but I went from that injury to not being able to work out because I was a four-sport standout athlete. I wasn't able to play basketball, baseball, and soccer the rest of the year due to that injury. And I had doctors yanking my chain. My primary physician, I went to him the next Monday, put me in a cast.
For how long?
2 weeks. And then I got to get an MRI 2 weeks later. And then I got to finally get referred to go see my orthopedic surgeon a month after the injury.
Did you have a break?
I didn't have a break. There was no bone damage. It was straight ligaments. So ligament and meniscal. And he was pissed. He said, "What the fuck? Why would this idiot put you in a cast?"
I would have asked the same thing.
Same thing. Looking back now, he was an idiot. And he was an idiot, I swear to God. I lost every ounce of muscle tissue.
Sure. Ligaments,
complete atrophy.
They're poorly vascularized. They take forever to heal.
So I got that injury, got surgery a month and a half later. And the doctor was like, yeah, you can't work out, can't do anything.
Because you had weakened the connective tissue there so much that now you actually couldn't do anything.
He actually put me on a month of physical therapy and a month of walking in a brace with a fixed 90-degree range of motion.
Yeah.
Just to redevelop the muscles and to redevelop my range of motion because I didn't have any range of motion. I couldn't move it. It was stuck in that position. So I was like, damn, I'm really screwed. He's like, yeah, you'll have to get a knee replacement, but 35 latest. I'm not doing that, man. I'm gonna take care of myself.
You feel like you're on the brink of knee replacement?
I ain't never gonna need that. My good knee hurts worse most of the time.
Yeah.
This knee doesn't bother me anymore.
At least they did a good job at the reconstruction.
They didn't though. That's the thing. It stretched out. It still gives out on me laterally all the time. And so the only thing that I could do about that is one, getting another surgery, which I'm not about to do.
Yeah.
I strengthen up these muscles in this leg. It's been 11 years almost. Still about an inch in diameter smaller. My calf, as well as my quad, even my right glute, smaller than my left glute.
I mean, bro, I've seen you squat. I've seen you deadlift. You lift a lot of weight.
I've put myself through the ringer. I used that pain and it hurt. Yeah, putting my body through the full range of motion when I didn't have the range of motion, breaking down that scar tissue, it hurt. They straight cut through my IT band to get to it, so I have all kinds of scar tissue developed here.
Yeah.
My knee hurts when it's cold or when it starts to rain and stuff like that, but when I'm putting it through work, that's when it feels the best. Like today was a day we hit some hack squats, we hit some squats. I did some 315 pause squats for 8 reps, 10 reps. Felt good, doesn't bother me. But I noticed along the kinetic chain somewhere, I started feeling hip pain and I started feeling back pain in certain places. So then I went back to training my body, not proportionally, because I'm not proportional. Us as humans, you're never going to be symmetrical, right? We're asymmetric.
Well,
you can get close. I don't think you can get perfect.
We're supposed to be symmetrical. We're made symmetrical.
So what about our heart being on this side, liver being on this side type of deal?
Oh, you're one of those guys.
I'm one of those guys.
Well, actually, if you look at the position of your heart, it's really more centered. However, the myocardium, the thickness, is more so on the left side of the heart.
I told you.
So, we are pretty symmetrical beings, and in fact, I love to give the visual that balance and symmetry are creatures of the same virtue.
Okay.
And if you look at sports like bodybuilding,
you want to be symmetrical.
You want to look
Obviously,
symmetrical.
that's the goal,
right?
And that's why you do unilateral movements and bilateral movements as well. I found that when I got into bodybuilding, I needed to leave the bench press, this is one of the reasons why I got away from the bench press probably like 6-7 years ago, is because I was into the sport of bodybuilding, and I started doing more dumbbell presses and stuff.
What did that do for you?
Well, I felt when I was doing bench press, I would overcompensate with my dominant hand, and I would see the bar path going in non-symmetrical pattern.
That's common in a lot of people just because the awareness is there,
So I found myself gaining muscle imbalances and weaknesses, instability problems in my shoulder. So that's why I got away from it. So most recently, starting to train with you, I started getting back into doing bench press, which hurts my wrist because I fractured my wrist during COVID. I got into dirt biking, fractured my wrist, and that gave me hyper awareness to this arm, which is why I feel like this arm's so much more vascular than this one.
That arm is pretty vascular, in fact,
compared to this one.
Looking at it, but that doesn't mean that you've created muscular imbalances. I mean, it could.
I'm not saying that. The pain from my wrist, you got me back into. That's what pushed me away from doing pressing movements with a bar.
Right.
I was stuck to machines and dumbbells, and I feel like I hit that plateau. Training with you for the last couple months got me back into bench press. I've been able to move more weight than I've been able to move in my life.
Yeah.
And it's because I feel like I have more hyper awareness of my flexors and extensors, and as well as my upper back, because we've been training our backs more frequently because that's our weakness.
Yeah.
And we train our backs 4 or 5 times a week, but we only train our pressing movements, our chest and our shoulders and stuff, maybe like twice.
Yeah, I mean, I told you I had pain in my shoulder, which is why I moved away from bench press for years, and to the point where one of my partners, he called me shouldery chest.
Shouldery chest.
Shouldery chest. It was a joke, right?
I don't know. You're pretty chesty, shouldery now.
Well, now I am, but before, my shoulders really kind of took over for everything. And that's when I started really working my back more than anything, so that rather than doing a chest movement for bench press, it was a anterior thoracic cavity dominant movement, but very similar to what a rhomboid row would be, because it become a posterior thoracic cavity movement would be, but they're both involved in the process eccentrically and concentrically,
So what that shoulder pain did was make you focus on developing the muscles on the back half that we're going to create that shoulder stability to prevent having that internal rotation of that shoulder joint while pressing.
That's that's pretty accurate on how I would describe it. The pain became a hyper awareness to the compensation that was happening here, where I was not using my chest as a part of the conventional bench press movement. I was using the anterior delts. So what happened is I shortened the anterior delt muscles so much that now they were being overworked and they were leading to an injury where I needed to let them calm down, relax. I actually had to allow them to atrophy a bit, strengthen the muscles on the posterior side, so the rear delts, the rhomboids, some of the lower traps, so I can really open up my posture. And then when I went back to doing bench press movements, I was able to coordinate the anterior and posterior muscle groups.
And that's basically what you've taught me to do.
Yeah.
You know, you see a lot of people, in my opinion, you should be able to do a bend over row, same amount of weight as you should be able to bench press.
That's a good rule of thumb. I would say
right?
so. Yeah.
Like, if you can't bend over row 315, you got no business bench pressing 315.
Something to try. Something to try.
Trying is lying.
I can't say that I've bent over row 315 or 435 for that much, but I'm going to try it.
Let's try it. I definitely think you can.
We'll get it on video.
Pendlay row it rather than bent. Pendlay row from the ground.
Okay.
Like we did the other day, Pendlay row.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that was cake, whatever we were doing.
It was super light. So
it felt
we should
good,
try to.
though.
We should go heavier since we need to get. Well, it'll get those spinal erectors involved as well. It's just to work all those synergistically again because, I mean, we just got back into deadlifting. So that's the thing about us is we work on developing our weaknesses where we have pain, and then I feel like we get so into it that we kind of start to neglect the areas that we are strong.
Well, is it a neglect thing? I mean, the body wants to use the least amount of energy to do any one job. So that's efficiency, right? We go in, we train, we go directly towards our muscular imbalances. And I think it's necessary. It's no point of trying to train evenly when your functionality is not evenly distributed, which I think is an important reason to make sure you're developing a pain philosophy. I mean, if you are out there and you're training and pain has stopped you from doing something, right? Or it is something that you consider before going into it, ask yourself, what is your relationship with pain?
What are you doing with the information that your body's telling you?
Your body's giving you information. So what are you doing with that information? The body wants to help you, right?
So what would you recommend somebody does if they're in pain? Let's say my shoulder hurts.
Go to it.
Okay.
How'd you hurt it?
I was reaching for some cereal on the top shelf, and somehow my shoulder hurts.
All right, so you were reaching for cereal. You were creating some sort of horizontal adduction and humeral flexion, right? Mm-hmm. And you were doing it while your body, you really challenged the degrees of freedom while you were doing it. I say cut back on the degrees of freedom. So maybe you were on one leg and you were reaching, or your eyes were closed. Something that changes the degrees of freedom, right? Go back to that movement and reduce the amount of degrees of freedom and find out when you are challenged the most. Once you figure that out, you got to breathe through the movement. No weight, nothing. And if it's too much to go back to the way that you were doing it exactly, let's say you were flat-footed, right? Your eyes wasn't closed. You wasn't on one foot. Then maybe we change a few things like, are we perpendicularly intersected with the force due to gravity? So if you're standing on your feet, gravity's hitting you almost at 90 degrees. Maybe we lay you on supine on your back. And now we work that same range of motion at the joint, but now you're not working against the force due to gravity. Go to the movement, though. You got to troubleshoot what's going on. Once you're able to troubleshoot it and figure out where exactly the injury is occurring, you got to create the most amount of length at the joint, or at least you got to decompress the joint, which is going to create length within the muscle tissues. And then you got to actually just work on innervating those muscle fibers. That is what I would say. Go to it. Don't run from it.
So what if I have no knowledge of the body, no knowledge of exercise science, no knowledge of kinesiology? Who would I go to?
You'd come to me.
Oh.
No, really. I mean, there are practitioners out there. I mean, you can go to a corrective exercise specialist. You can go to a performance specialist. You can go to a physical therapist. And there's no guarantee that any of those practitioners are going to know what they're doing because of where we are in the field and in the industry, you know. Some places are better than others. But I would definitely seek someone out that has some type of competency in anatomical functionality, biomechanics.
I definitely think so. I think us working synergistically, we could take on just about anyone.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's a severe case, then we refer out to our network of doctors.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we could take on anyone, you being an exercise physiologist and a physical therapist, and me being a performance, nutrition, and corrective exercise specialist. We can take on anybody.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, most things are musculoskeletal first. This universe makes it easy for us to be able to fall into our preventative measures before it becomes something surgical, and there is a place for surgical. Greek Cook has a pretty good rule of thumb. Until there is inflammation, it's a musculoskeletal issue. By the time there is inflammation, it's a biochemical issue, and then you need to consider referring out.
Definitely. I mean, I wish I would have got to see my orthopedic surgeon right away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, if I was a pro athlete, I would have. You know, I've had so many injuries: ankle injuries, knee injuries, wrist injuries, back injuries, and I know you've had injuries as well. What has the pain taught you the most?
Well, I think first it is important to define pain. Pain is only pain until you understand what it is communicating to you. At the base, it is just sensation awareness. So once you can understand what pain is communicating to you, then it's just information. And that information has the ability to change you. So if it's a sharp pain, let's say I move my finger at all and it is super sharp and it sends pains up my arm, you know, I'm probably dealing with some type of fracture and I don't need to move it. But anything less than that is telling me that there is a perturbation somewhere along the neuromusculoskeletal pathway, and I need to first troubleshoot it and then go to it and begin to rehabilitate it. So pain has just taught me that something is off and I need to do something about it. And the best chiropractor is gravity. The best physical therapist is traction. Best physical therapist is traction.
Yeah, I mean, I think just a lot of people don't have the awareness of their body, so they accept the pain and they just say, I'm going to tolerate it. You can only tolerate pain so long. Mm-hmm. Then it becomes chronic pain. And then they go to a doctor and say, I'm having this chronic back pain. Doctors are going to prescribe pharmaceuticals, which mm-hmm. are just going to be a Band-Aid.
At least, I mean, but that's what MDs are taught to do. We can't blame the MDs for that. Thankfully, we have this huge influx of DOs that have become, people have taken the interest in the osteopathic approaches towards medicine, and they have the ability to write prescriptions, but they would take a whole person approach first, you know, looking at the body joint by joint, seeing what one component is causing an imbalance within the whole comprehensive system before creating some other extreme imbalance hormonally, you know.
Which is what we're practicing. We take a more whole person healthcare approach. If you're unhealthy and you're gonna die, we're gonna refer out. We're gonna send you to see a doctor, get the meds that you need, get surgery if you need it. We're not gonna give you something that you don't need or tell you we can fix something we can't fix. Yeah. That's the thing about us. We're gonna prevent the pharmaceuticals and the surgery and the medical intervention as long as we can, and try to fix you as much as we can until that is necessary. If that's necessary, we're not going to lie to you.
But see, I love that part.
It's great.
I love the search for, you know, for the solution. I'm grateful to have studied at A.T. Still University, the founding institution of osteopathic medicine, in their graduate health sciences program. You know, really being able to track back the pathophysiology of what is going on, that search and destroy type of mentality. That's what everything.
I like that too. I like taking up a client that, you know, oh, my feet are hurting, my back's hurting, my shoulder's hurting, I can't do anything at the gym, I don't know what to do. Mm-hmm. Hey, let's go ahead and work on you. Let's reset you. Mm-hmm. Let's reload you. Let's reinforce you, and then we'll reload you and start building that muscle again. Yeah. But sometimes you have to lay back. You don't need to train for a couple weeks, and we fix you and reset your body, allow it to heal. And then we teach you those proper movement patterns, because most people that I see, that we see in the gym, have improper movement patterns, and they're not functional. They're going to lead to an injury. So we reset them, we reinforce them with corrective, and then we reload them with performance or functional training once they're ready. And so that's what's different about our model. Most people aren't doing that, and that's what makes us different. So we address your pain. We do not ignore it. We do not mask it. We do not cover it up. We then teach you that pain is teaching you where you need to work on. We teach you what muscles that need to be worked on. We work those muscles in a passive and an aggressive way. We run to the area, and then once that area is fixed, we can go ahead and do the aesthetic portion of it. And that's what I love about our model. We address the pain. We don't just mask it.
Are you concerned at all that, don't get me wrong, the industry is taking strides, where, yes, this is the approach we take. We take a whole person approach, but we're not the only ones, Is your concern is that there is a too much of a limitation of people, or there's not enough people who are taking that approach? Is that kind of what I'm picking up?
Yeah, I think not enough people are taking that approach, which is why we're doing it, right? I noticed that problem, that people would come to us for problems with pain, but at a big box gym that I previously worked at, we didn't have the competency to address their issues.
But you think that it is the professional responsibility at a gym to provide that level of competency and or awareness, or do you think that it's more important to actually direct people towards some type of performance group or orthopedic group or physical therapist group?
I think that is the way we should go, but we're not taught it at big box gyms. So big people, there's going to be trainers that say, oh, I can do some physical therapy type stuff or some corrective type stuff.
But they don't
some
know.
Body work, but they don't know, which is a red flag, right? Good service, fixing your issues is going to either be paid cash at a top rate, or it's going to be paid by insurance. One of those two.
Ethically, it is important for trainers to also know what their scope of practice is, and if they operate outside of their practice, outside of their scope of practice, I've seen or reviewed cases where not only trainers but big box gyms, chain brands, they get sued for hundreds of millions because some trainer gave someone some advice to take a supplement that they had no right to, or they had no business giving them nutritional advice, and the person had some type of contraindication to that supplement, and caused heart problems, and the client ended up dying or having chronic issues, and they were the proximal cause to the issue. So, it happens, but the system is set up to keep that from happening, or at least there are punishments. It's just like the FDA doesn't regulate dietary supplements until something happens, until someone dies. Then it's an issue, but you can put anything on the shelves, and people can take it. So, there's so many trainers out here that they can say anything, but until there's a problem, you might not actually hear about the information. So it is the due diligence of the professional to figure out what is prudent in their field, as opposed to requiring the client or the patient to know everything that is necessary. But we are here to be that voice of reason as well, to just give people information, where should they find help. Look for an exercise physiologist. Now, granted, most exercise physiologists are working with performance groups, professional sports groups. At that point in time, you should start looking at the credentials of your performance and personal trainers. Look for those NASM and the look for your CSCS certified trainers with the NSCA. Look for the ISSA. Look for
ACE.
ACE. ACE is pretty good.
I would say ACE is above ISSA for sure.
Think so.
Yeah.
Look for your CISSN for the for nutrition. Look for these credentials, because at least it lets you know that they have done some type of due diligence. They are aware that it is necessary, and it's no problem referring out at that point. But the only people that should really be giving nutritional prescription are registered dietitians. Movement prescriptions would be exercise physiologists or physical therapists. Pharmaceutical prescriptions would be your MDs and your DOs.
Okay. So if you're in pain, go see someone that you think can fix you, which would be an exercise physiologist first choice.
I would say so. If you can find him or her, that is your best route, because that's what the pros are doing, and that is what these pro teams and organizations are investing in to have available to their pros. And there's no exercise physiologist that wouldn't work with people on a person-to-person basis. It's just like any researcher would love for someone to go read their research, but typically it's only these huge organizations that care enough about it, because they need to care about it within regulation. So yeah, if you can find an exercise physiologist out here to help fix your movement programming, your motor programming, that's where I would go ASAP.
And if you can't find it locally, we also help people online.
Oh yeah, we offer all these programs. Currently, you can find our programs at iamcreaturescience.com/online training. You can also DM us for any type of hybrid type of programs. But continue to look out for us. We are, I guess this is just an appeal to the viewers. But not only in San Diego, California, I don't know how much we can speak to at this particular moment. But we are looking to branch out to the rest of the country with our clinical approaches. Just because of the proprietary information that is protected right now. But you'll be seeing brands with us. But us being a part of that. And if nothing else, we want to be a part of the great solution for human movement in whole.
Yeah, we all should be able to move in a competent position. We were all blessed with the same amount of movement competency from birth to death.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
it's all right.
We should be able to move without pain. And if you have pain, that is an issue. Run to that issue, fix the problem, fix the pain. If you don't know how to fix it yourself, go see someone. That's the bottom line. Go see somebody before it becomes chronic.
So that's physiological, right?
Mm-hmm.
But talk to me a bit mentally, emotionally, spiritual, and the realm of entrepreneurship, because that's a big one for me. Using your pain. What does your what does your pain inform you of, and how do you use it to your benefit or your detriment?
Well, I use emotional pain and mental pain. Instead of suffering, I use it as more like fuel. So more like gas in a car.
Yeah.
Right. I use that to light my flame and keep my flame going. There's days where we work 15, 16 hours, sometimes more, plus or minus.
Entrepreneurship.
And, there's other pain that's caused by that, not always spending the time with my wife that I should be. Mm-hmm. And those are all temporary. Those are not chronic. Those are acute types of pain.
Fair. I like it.
Right? All of it's temporary, right? But I'm so driven and so passionate about this, and I want to be successful so bad that I'm willing to utilize that pain as a leverage to help me continuously level up and continuously work hard and continuously grind, because I see that bigger picture. I see that light at the end of the tunnel. I see the success and the freedom there. Mm-hmm. So I utilize the pain that I've endured in my past and the pain that I endure in my present as fuel to keep going.
Yeah.
you know?
I've used that pain. By the way, G answer, but I love it. Um, but I can't say that pain is what I go to most immediately anymore. But pain has always been the conduit to my strength and my understanding. And strength is always a formidable perspective and intervention towards trial, or at least in the face of trial. I've used pain to take me to the greatest depths of myself. And let's just look at it in an entrepreneurial space. There are things, there are moments that, for me, I've always been that A+ student. You know, when it comes to understanding, I got it. I got it. In fact, I love having it. I love knowing what I'm talking about, you know. But understanding or skills aren't the only criteria to having a successful business. In fact, a lot of times it can be a very small part of it. There's a lot of people that can do what you do if they apply themselves. It doesn't mean that there's nothing special about you, but it's just the truth of the matter. You know, we are all that magical when it comes to it. Our potential can be just as great. But the pain of not having, the pain of the lack of fulfillment in life relative to my own standard for myself led me to these lows where I have removed all the distraction and have tuned into the variable volumes of silence, where I hear my voice, where I hear my consciousness, where I speak to the great divine. And in those moments, I find solutions exclusively. It's like a pilot light, you know, or a what do you
The North Star, if you will.
it's just like that, where everything else is drowned out. I don't see anything else but what matters most. And rather than me actually getting more energy or more hours in the day, I get more efficiency, I get more focus. I get to put 100% of my time, focus, and effort towards the same thing, even in a greater way than I was doing before when I was already doing well. That pain, as long as you don't give up, as long as you don't quit, will lead to some level of persistence, and or at least that persistence will lead to some level of success.
You just need to do your due diligence, have crazy discipline. Um, you need to just not never give up. If there's a will, there's a way. If you want it bad enough, you can make it happen. But don't just quit.
Yeah.
Like, use that pain as fuel, light that fire, and
Yeah.
keep it going, keep it burning. Don't let anything distract you, because pain is a distraction. It's a perturbation.
E.T. Eric Thomas. I just listen to him all the time. Don't get me wrong, when I hear him now, I still tune in. But he said something when I was like in high school or my freshman year of college. It's like, don't cry to quit. Cry to keep going. Get a reward out of it. I think it was on Giovanni Ruffin. He's a running back at TCU. He made a video with his voiceover, and it was, I mean, that video did numbers on YouTube. This is before everyone was using it. Like, he was one of the leaders. But he said, don't cry to quit. Cry to keep going. Get a reward out of it. Pain is only temporary. It may last a day, or it may last an hour, or even a week. If you quit, and I'm sure I'm messing this, I'm bastardizing this, but if you quit, you know, you won't see any reward. You'll stop where you are. If you keep going, however, eventually you will be successful. It was one of the most profound things that I'd heard as a young adolescent walking into my young adulthood that really set the tone for where I was going.
Yeah, I mean, it starts when you're young. If you play sports, it starts when you're 6, 7, 8. You know, that's the whole thing. Your coaches are gonna push you, especially when you're in high school football. I mean, I'm sure at Hoover, it was crazy. They put you through all kinds of stuff. I mean, my coach played college ball too, so he was hard on us. I saw the difference, you know, and this is the difference that having a good coach in your life, or a good trainer, or a good role model, or a good mentor, or someone holding you accountable, needs to push you to your fullest capability, even more so than you think you're capable of, because that pain is what makes people successful. I had a coach who was a great guy, but he didn't push us. We didn't even do cardio a whole season. It was crazy. No wind sprints, nothing. We were still good because we were talented, but we came in third place 2 years in a row in the league. The next year, the next 2 years, we had the same coach, my new coach. He was young. He was a dog. He's still the coach there at my high school, and he's one of the best coaches in the league, and he took us to second place 2 years in a row. But we went crazy when it came to the drills, the sprints at the end of practice, off-season training, and that's what made me a beast, is what made my other football players on my team, my teammates, get better as well, the ones that actually tried and put in the work. But there were some that would cry, start throwing up, give up halfway through practice. I knew for a fact those people aren't going to make it in life. They're going to throw in the towel when the going gets tough. But the people that kept going, for the most part, are someone in life now, have made something of themselves.
What you're speaking about is discipline. And I think it's important to note that pain is often the cost of discipline. And discipline is the most constructive form of self-love. And self-love is the epitome of self-mastery. And self-mastery is the equipment that makes you formidable for any environment in life. You like it?
I love it.
I love it. I love it.
I love it.
All right, well, man, I think that this is a cool place to give it to our viewers and let them know that when you feel pain, first understand what your pain is communicating to you. Because once you understand what your pain is communicating, it changes you.
And then you can find where it's coming from. And then don't let it define you. And don't resort to drugs. Don't resort to other coping mechanisms like alcohol. Run to your pain. Run to your problems. Run to your issues. Fix them. And that goes for anything in life. If you have a problem, you have an issue, you have some type of emotional, mental, or physical pain, run to it. Go fix it. And we appreciate all of you guys. It really helps us out if you guys subscribe, like, and comment on our posts. Send people our way. Send us referrals. We want to help more people. We want to teach more people. And that's what we're about. So we truly are grateful, and we appreciate all of you. And we'll see you guys in 10 days.
We'll see you in 10 days.